So here's what we're going to do tonight. I got all jumbled up, didn't I? And kind of messed up. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm just not feeling, I just don't know why. Okay, that's up there. And this should be down here for anybody who's viewing. Of course, there's probably nobody viewing right now because I messed up, okay? So you can watch the replay, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope that we can carry on. And so this one is called Patriotic Trio, and it's got the flag and a stars and stripes with a star in the middle and a little firecracker, okay? And then we have this cute little flag and base. So we're gonna take that out of the package and we're gonna put the transfer on there. We are gonna use candy apple red, and we are going to have a little bit of fun. I got sidetracked. You know what? I was all ready to go and it just got messed up. So, and that's the way that is. So this goes in here like that. And then the flag is going to go in here, whatever side you choose. So yeah, we'll probably put it on there like this after we're done decorating it. So hopefully we put it the right way. Yeah, there we go. So we're probably going to put it like that, I'm assuming. And that's going to hang up there. And then we're going to put the words on the base. And we probably could put a firecracker on the back or the front too, depending on how we want to do this. So this is how we're going to do it. And so I'm just going to turn it around here like that. And yeah, and then we'll put that right there. So yeah. So, and there's our flag, okay? And then I need to grab a fuzzing cloth. Like I said, I got a little torch with my trying to get my stuff together here, but that's the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. All this technology, I have Windows 11. I really believe that that has something to do with it. So I got my wax. I'm going to, and I have my fuzzing cloth. So we'll put that right there. And I also have our ink. No, we don't want ink. We want chalk paste. All right, we want chalk paste right here. Here's Colonial Blue. If you want to, you can purchase these colors to do your flag in and all of that. And how fun is that? And I like Cadet. Cadet's beautiful. This one is Cadet. So when you're ordering, because in this kit you can order whatever color you want. It just depends. And this is ink. It happens to be ink, but I have paste right here. And then I have my candy apple red, which is right here. So you can order a paste packet, or you can order a paste in your Colonial Blue, which that's pretty. We could do it. Or I like the darker color. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do these two. So, yep, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to fuzz it. Now, on the flag, we don't have to fuzz. And on the flag, we can do ink if you want. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do. You could do ink on the flag completely, but you know, it's kind of your call. So if you have any questions, please give me a like and a question, and I will answer you back. If you're watching the replay, you can ask a question there too, and I check everything after the live is over. So what I'm doing here is I am just cutting this out to make it easier and fit our project a little easier. And there's our firecracker, and I just cut that out. And we need to fuzz so that we can keep it from being so sticky, because these transfers, they last for like when we're doing Christmas and we're doing all of our decorating for Christmas, we are doing a whole bunch of stencils, transfers, whatever you might want to say. So we use them a lot. And so over and over and over. Okay. All right. So let's do our board first. Okay. And we're going to put just a little bit of wax on there. And I have it all ready. So I'm just going to open that up. I'm just going to put a little bit because it might be a little bit rough. Okay. So we're just going to put it right there. Rub that in a little bit. Turn over the pad and put it in here and rub it around. Okay. So there's no wax getting into your anyway. I'm so sorry, you guys, about what happened here. I tried. I just used to never have any trouble. I used to do a different way, and I don't know why this just isn't getting me going. But it is. Anyway, we're just going to carry on and pretend like it didn't even happen. Okay, so I'm going to fuzz this on my fuzzing cloth a few times. I am going to open up my chalk paste here. And this is how you do it. You just open that up, and you can take the top and probably go on the bottom. I'm going to cut it off the top because I'm just going to squirt it right into my jar there. I'm just going to go right across the top. I'm going to squirt it into my jar just like I was going to do my project, and we're just going to put it right in there. And after you knead that, it's kind of like stirring it up, okay? So we're going to do that, and then I'm just going to fuzz this a couple of times. And let's see here. Okay, and then we're going to put this right on here, just so we know what we're doing. And we're just going to put it down, and we're going to go just like that. A little bit of a fuzz there. There we go. Just a little bit of a fuzz. Okay, we got it. Yep, we got it. All right, so stars and stripes time. So, and then I have this right here. This is actually Cadet. It's a brand new. I'm going to open that up. Isn't that beautiful? See why I like that? I like it just a little bit more than I like the Colonial because I just like that deeper color. Give it a little bit of a stir just to make sure that it's all good. Okay. Yep. And I'm just going to wipe that off and make sure I don't get my fingers all over in it. Because I'm very good about being messy, that's for sure. I am just looking to see if I'm doing something wrong here. I don't have a touch screen either, so I'm not sure if that's part of the problem. Oh, hi, Brenda. Look, I got comments. Oh, good. I'm glad you have it too. What do you think? Hi. We made it. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know why my internet's slow. I have brand spanking new internet. Yes, I have everything is spot on. So anyway, I just, like I said, changed my mind on what I wanted to do because that's what I do here. And let me grab a squeegee out of here. All right, so I think I want to do stars in blue. Yeah, stars in blue. Did you order the packets of colors or did you already have jars? I already had the jar. Well, I had packets too, but I didn't have I had my ink here and not my, all right, so we got that. Oopsie, I just stuck it in right in that red top. Oh, we'll mix up that red and blue just a little bit there. Gosh, I was so prepared tonight. It's weird how things just kind of fall apart. I am so happy to be here. And I really wish that things could go a little smoother sometimes, but not always can they. So learning, 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 always. All right, so here we go. And we got the red. And I guess I'll do the blue star there in the middle too. I guess I should have done that when I was doing it, but wasn't real sure what I wanted to do there. So we'll go ahead and do it. Okay, and as you're going, you just swish that across. Make sure that you use your squeegee side down. Make sure you've taken all your excess off and put it back in the jar to save it. And then we're going to peel this off, okay? And so we're just going to check that out and show you how dang cute that is. And I am thinking that's beautiful. So there we go. What do you think? Isn't that awesome? That is totally, totally cool. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there so I can wash that off a little bit later. And I'm still going to be using some of our colors, so I'm going to leave those open for a little bit. And turn this on low and ask you how you guys are doing tonight. I hope that you're doing really good. I'm sorry that I had a little bit of a farce there on my on my end. I don't know what was going on with it. Technology is just a little turkey, isn't it? So yeah. Okay, so I'm just dry this a little bit just so that I don't stick my fingers in anything else or mess up anything else, you guys. So yeah. Okay, so that's how that's going to look right there. And I think I'll see if I can fit the firecracker on the back or even on the back of the flag. I haven't decided yet. Okay, now on the flag, that is cloth. So we can use chalk on the cloth because we are not going to wash the flag. I'm certain that we are not going to do that. So this is dry. This is almost dry. And then the flag's going to go in it like this. So I'm going to put my stuff on here like that. Okay. So I'm going to set that right over there. And I'm going to put that on there like that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to take that and put it right there and lay that down. Because you don't want it to go backwards. If it goes backwards, I can at least get a couple things right. Not always. Not always. I'm not batting 1,000, but at least I got a comment. Thank you, Brenda, for commenting. I didn't have anybody to check my comments, so that was a little rough. Okay, so I'm just going to put that over right about there. Let's raise that up just a little bit. Looks like that might be pretty good right there. Okay. Now, I'm hoping now that I got comments that this setup's going to work better than my other one. So, the one I tried before, oh my gosh, last week, that was rough. So, all right. So, you just want to make sure that you take out all of your air pockets. And we're going to do our red again right up here on this. And I think this is going to look pretty rustic. And that's going to soak right into the cloth, okay? So my experience with putting this on the cloth is you want to make sure that you put enough of your chalk on there so that it soaks into the cloth, okay? So you can probably see as I'm going along that it soaks in pretty good. So this is going to look pretty rustic, okay? So we're just going to come down here and get enough on there and take that over. Make sure you get enough on there. Don't be afraid. Just don't push real hard so you push it through. Okay? And just get it on there. And kind of eyeball it. Kind of eyeball and make sure you got all your edges, okay? All those little edges around it. Make sure we got that in there good. Okay? And there we go. Just take off the excess. And just have fun with it, okay? Just have a lot of fun. Okay, now that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put the blue on it, okay? And here's my blue. And we're just going to get in there as close as we can and get our stars on here, okay? And I already have some on my fingers. And take off the excess, and then we're going to check it, okay? All right. Checking. I think I'm good. And then we're going to just pull that up. And I'm going to take just a little more over here. There's a seam. There's a little bit of a seam over here. Make sure I got that seam good on there. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I think it's rustic. I forgot to look to make sure that it wasn't too rustic. And there is our flag. That is so cool. And so we have some rustic spots on there. So keep in mind as you're going along, if it doesn't look like it's all on there, it's probably a rustic area. So I went back and tapped on there, and I tapped on there a little bit, and that is rustic, okay? So let me hold that up so you can see. Isn't that just cute? That is so cute. So that is very cute. Now I'm going to see if this is dry over here. Let me just take a little bit and make sure that it's dry. So I want you to know how easy this is for you to do it at home. And that is what we're trying to depict here, is to let you know that these creations that we make, you can put this stuff on practically anything. As you can see, you can do it on the chalk here and on the cloth, the chalk on the cloth. You can put the chalk on here. And that's pretty fun. Yeah, it's very fun. And this is dry. So we're just going to turn that over. And I think I'm going to put the firecracker. I think. Let me see if it'll fit. Maybe. Maybe I can just put it that way. Yeah, I think I could. I think I could put that in an angle. And I think that would be kind of cute. So let's just put a little wax on here. Again, just a little bit. Just a smidge. Yeah, just a smidge. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, see, when I scrolled up, I could see that. Yeah, I can see that. I just have to go down here. Yes, I did make it. I did. And it's really weird why these comments, they're in the weirdest places. So I'm sorry. I'll get used to it. Here's a brand new, you know what? I'm going to do, here's a brand new, I'm going to use the other one because I don't want to open it, but I'll put this back on because because I didn't have it in there. But I just want to show you that I keep mine inside. Most of them. I didn't on that one, as you could really tell. But here's what the new ones look like. I love these to go in our little jars so that we have them handy right when we need them. That wasn't very handy not to have it. Anyway, just a little bit of wax here just keeps it nice and smooth for your project. Okay, and we are going to fuzz it again, and we are going to have a little bit of firecrackers and fun. Okay, now I thought about putting it on the back of the flag, but I don't think I like that idea. So let's just get my fuzzing cloth again. Let's put that over here. And I can just see this on a lot of fun things. So, okay, and just fuzz it up a couple of times. Make sure that you fuzz it just a little bit so you can, okay, so let's just set that in there. I think that looks pretty close. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. So, and I probably could have used a different color for the firecracker. I like the red though. Let's do the red. And I have some gold over here. You know, I think I'm going to grab it. I didn't think about it, but I think, let me see if it's open. No, that one's not open. Let me grab the other one below it. Yeah, this one's open. Okay, let's do the bottom red and white. And then we will do the, okay, and then we'll do the top with our gold. So it looks like it's crackling, okay? So I can hardly wait to see yours when you guys are done. If you guys would like to order, all you need to do is send me a little text and I will send you exactly the what you can order. I'll send you the SKUs off of everything, and you can do that. You can also go into my store, and you can just go in there and check this out and find it right in there. But if you would like the SKUs, even if you just want to hop on, give me a shout out, okay? And I will give them to you. All right, so we got that. And boy, that red, all this stuff is so, the pigment in here is phenomenal. Get another squeegee. Here I have a little squeegee for my gold, and I cut my squeegee in half, the original size, and then I can just use a smaller one to get into all the little spaces. And then just take that and just go into your design. Make sure you get those corners. And then there is a little tiny spot there in the middle. Don't think I have a brush, but I'm going to try to use my squeegee here and get right in that little tiny spot right in there. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of the red because it's a firecracker, right? So yeah, okay. So how fun is this? All right, and then we're just going to pull that up and see how we did. Look at how good we did. Look at that. That is so great. Okay, now we're going to dry that a little bit. And because these things dry so fast, look at, we're just laying that right on that side. Doesn't bother it a bit. We don't have any problems because we dried that before we moved on. Okay, now I'm thinking my flag's still a little bit wet. I'm going to get a little bit of this out of the way here. I'm feeling really messy. I'm always messy. Messy Marvin. Just in case y'all forgot. Messy Marvin hasn't gone anywhere. Messy Marvin's just gotten a little bit ding-dong. You're trying to get your comments, man. This has been crazy. Technically, I'm technically challenged most of the time, so my children do kind of laugh at me, but I try. I keep trying, and I guess now I think I've got it. So anyway, thank you for putting up with me. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We'll get back to normal here pretty soon. My youngest son is going to be a teenager on Friday. Is that not crazy? He is. I'm so excited for him. I remember what it was like to become a teenager. I thought every year I wanted to be the next grade up. Like when I was 13, I wanted to be 16 so I could drive. And then everything, I just wanted to be older now. Now I'd like to go backwards. I would like to totally go backwards and do it all over. So yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Now I've got this out of the way. I've got those put away right there. Get that so I don't stick my arm in it. And then I'm going to dry our firecracker, and I'm going to dry our flag. And I hope that you are enjoying this. I love it. I love it. This is, oh man, I've been doing this for 5.5 years, you guys. Can you believe that? Oh, and I wanted to share with you, Chalk Couture, every year for its members, designers and Perks members, and that they have, this year they're calling it Chalk Camp. And a Chalk Camp is where we all get together and go to a different state almost every year and hang out with one another, see one another. And Chalk Couture is in the United States and Canada. So it is so fun. So this year we're going to go to Kentucky. So I'll be going to Kentucky and seeing some of my friends. Some couldn't make it this year, so that's a little bit of a drag. But we talk online, and the fun part about being a part of Chalk Couture is you meet new friends. You do things together. You have fun. You hang out. You can hang out in person, or if you want to order a kit off Chalk Couture and you want to do a live with me and do it together and visit while we do it, we can do that. We can do FaceTime. And I have my own studio, so you could come in person if you don't live too far. I would love to have you and have a little bit of fun hanging out together. I love to hang out together. So let me see here. This is dry already. Look at that, you guys. That is great. So with that being said, you can join and become a Perks member for $1. For $1 right now, you can join up, hang out, buy your goodies, and get started. And when you pay your $1, you get a $20 return. So they're Perks dollars that you can go in and spend. So you could pick up your kit right here. You could pick this up and get you 2 packets of these. You could get this and have your very own kit too. And you don't have to use these colors, because on the page, if you wanted to make these a complete different color, you could do that. But with these 2 colors, you can just get it all done. So I'm going to turn that on high and get this dry so we can hang our flag, okay? So I would really, 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 really love it if you guys would like my page and follow and share. And for those of you who do follow and share, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out, hanging in with me. You know, we gotta hang out with each other and follow our pages and get us out there. And anyway, like, follow, and share. And if you really, really want to, please follow me for the next live, because I promise each one's just gonna get better and better. Okay. I think that's dry. I think it's dry. I think it's dry. Yay, yay, yay. Yes, I think it's dry. I don't have touch on here either, so I'm going to have to figure out, maybe I can get touch on my screen. Hi, Pat. I'm glad to see you too. I have comments, but I have to roll them down to see them. So I am going to, I'll work on that, but at least I got comments tonight. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it so much. So much. Okay, now let's thread this in here. I love this. This is so cool. This is so cool. All right, you ready? Ta-da! Look at that. That is awesome. Isn't that awesome? That is so cool. And if you wanted to, we have stain, or you could stain this bottom one to match the flag if you wanted to do that too. And we have Dixie Belle stain. And I use that a lot. If you watch me at all, you watch that I sometimes use my stain or my paint, but usually it's stain because it works really well. So what do you think? Isn't that just fun? I love it. I think it is the cutest idea that they came up with for something fun, something awesome. You could embellish this just a little bit more if you're feeling like you are really feeling, you know, crafty. And but look at that. Look at that flag. Isn't that just great? So I think it's good. And we can take the turn. We can do the princess walk. And you could turn that around and you could have it going that way if you wanted to. So it just depends how you want to display this. I think this would be really cute with a potted plant or a real pretty flower vase, you know, with some really cool things with a ribbon. I like ribbons, so I think that would be just the fun of it. So I'm looking at my comments. I really am. I don't have a touch screen, so I have to do it this way. Let's see here. I have to get it in the right place. Isn't that cute? It is the cutest and so fun. I got such a bad start, but this just made it the bomb. Okay. This was probably a 20-minute project, and I started at 6:30 and had a mess, and I wasn't patient, I think is what the problem was. And my internet was being so slow. So I just, you know, I'm just sharing with you that these things can happen and you don't mean to, but thank you for putting up with me, and thank both you girls for hopping on. If you're watching the replay, I'm really happy to share this with you and just speed it forward a little bit because I might have rambled on because I got a little nervous. But anyway, thank you once again, Peggy Williamson, independent designer for Chalk Couture. Thank you very much for hopping on, and love you guys, and see you next time. Bye-bye.